Yeah, we here.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a flag on the play.
Yeah, yeah.
Flag on the play.
Hold up.
That's a flag on the play. Let's go.
Touchdown, I just scored a whole bucket. I just dropped the bag on the tag, ain't nothing. Make 'em throw a flag when I pass, come through stunning. Call me tired, girl, and hit the hole, then I'm running. Get money, you ain't tryna get that second flag on the play. Hating from the sideline, a flag on the play. Like Julio with them Falcons, I just made a play. In the red zone, going strong, watch me shake and bake.
Let's go.
I just took off with that rock, just like Tyreek Hill. I just count 100 racks, that's a whole field. He don't want no championship, get him out of here. I just gotta say, I just gotta say, like I ran up on a quarterback. Shake and bake, make a play just like a quarterback.
The playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
A throw over the middle taken in, and he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the Packers,
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They run it with Carson. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45.
He was tackled.
But for the Seahawks and Packers, the two winningest teams in the NFC during the decade that just wrapped up. And during that decade, Seattle, 2 Super Bowl wins. The Packers had 1. And these two, of course, they met in the playoffs a season ago as well. And it was the Packers behind 2 touchdowns each from Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones, who beat the Seahawks 28-23. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one goes for 8 yards.
First down.
Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. On On the delay, here's Carson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Ball carrier.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Watch it.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
By Jordan Brooks.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
I feel like a prince, I'm feeling myself. I'm loaded with bills, because I was a blessed with no one who failed. Don't know how it feels. I wanted to flex and coach the chill.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara.
Rodgers pass.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
I got one. Check 24, check 24.
Now Rodgers setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. On the counter, here's Jones. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
6 yards.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on
this defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the 2nd level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. This is Carson. $11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
Intercepted. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 2nd and 6. We're scoreless after 1.
That's the end of the 1st quarter.
Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
56. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Watch the safety creep. Slam, slam, slam.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Hey, check 24. Hey, 88. Yeah, Liz. 56, Mike, 56. We got it.
To throw on third down, Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
You. Hey, watch it.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Down by Bobby Wagner.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Check 99. Check side. Mike spot 4. Watch the slant.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Intercepted.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
To Rashad Penny.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. That one going to be complete to David Moore. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, 1st down. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
A gain of 13
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a toss play. It's Carson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Gain of 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 42. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Tackle made at the...
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
The 20-yard line.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. On 1st down, it's Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Taking it in from the 20. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball, too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. After the penalty, it's Penny. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
The Seahawks ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
35-yard line.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Here, Mike. Let's go, D, let's go. Here, Mike. Check 43.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Right there, 54, right there.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
You pump. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
To punt for the Seahawks.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
At their own 34-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game.
And my goodness, another interception. Darren Lee picks it. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Intercepted. The Packers take over first and 10 at the 32.
From the 32 now. Here's first and 10.
Right there, 54. Right there.
Here's Jones. A 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
The ball carrier, Cody Barton on the stop.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
28-yard line.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
And 1.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34.
Let's get off the field, D. Hey, one set. Check, Mike.
Rodgers now to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Brooks in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. On third down, Rodgers looking downfield for Jones. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Wilson throwing quickly out to Lockett. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Last week in that wild card win, only 1 catch, and now he's got his first catch here, and it's good for a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. From the gun, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. Wilson and finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3.
First and goal, Seattle.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Step fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Brought down at the 23.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
By the Seahawks.
They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away, now they can look at their offense and say, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? On 2nd and goal, Wilson. He's got it. And they're going to stop him here short of the goal line with the flag down. Well, this could set up a very interesting decision. The penalty yards marched off as they'll try again on 2nd and goal.
Let's go, defense.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. From the gun, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly there to make the grab. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12.
At the 47-yard line.
I'm coming. 56 to Mike.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking downfield for Jones. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Intercepted.
I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. They'll run on first down. Carson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Brought down back at the 40.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson, he's going to look deep for Moore. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
But coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
To throw is Wilson. Throwing on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
For the Seahawks.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here's Urban to return. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers. He'll find DeGuara complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
3rd down and 5.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Inside. Watch the shift. Kill.
After the penalty, it's Jones. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Rip left. Mike 5-4, Mike. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers. Making the catch is Sternberger. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
But when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's not close.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Seahawks on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Seattle.
Now Wilson on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Packers pick it up. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why. And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl. And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
26. Seahawks 7.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for them. Circle around twice for the arm.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A big play there. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Kenny Clark, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, he's going to air one out. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated.
And my goodness, another interception. Darren Lee picks it, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Good. Makes the score Packers 33, Seahawks 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. Steps away to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Christian Kirksey into dropping behind the line for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
From the gun, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Right there, 54, right there, 54. Check pass, check pass. 95, 95. 54.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Wilson.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Jones, the ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Here we go, let's bring it.
The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
In your face.
They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. So 2 down, 1 to go, and this number 2 seed definitely looking the part, and now they sit 1 win away from a Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah, and I know originally they were disappointed not to get the number 1 seed and the bye through to the divisional round. But you know what they're saying right now? Let's just keep rolling. We're in a great spot.
Tonight's final.
The Packers are moving on as we say thanks for watching and so long. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.